Greetings, countrymen and women. I want to take this opportunity to explain to you one of the strategies that we have under our emergency and resuscitation plan that seeks to address the food crisis that we have in our country. I think the country has been battered with lack of enough food supplies arising from the sale of maize that we had in our stocks. So the Democratic Union has got an ambitious plan in agriculture for agriculture development as well as food security. The strategy that we have for the agriculture sector is that we're going to set up a national corporation, which we are calling the National Food and Agriculture Corporation, which will be mandated to produce enough food for the country as well as for export. We want Zambia to become a reliable contributor to the global economy, because Zambia is blessed with a lot of land and we are blessed with a lot of water. So we want to utilize these resources to be able to develop the agriculture sector. We want a deliberate plan, not a plan that is we don't want to be reactive, we want to be proactive. We want a plan that is laid out and we know what we're going to do with this plan. So we want to set up commercial farms in all districts of the country, and we're going to use the resource through ZNS. We're going to do massive recruitment through ZNS to be able to cover the human resource that is required for these farms. Of course, we've got another institution that will be looking at research that we want to use to be able to develop drones to provide smart agriculture. So we want to develop agriculture to a certain level whereby it becomes a good stream of income for the government. So the National Agriculture and Food Corporation will be mandated with the responsibility of ensuring national food security. So we ensure that 3 times a year farming is done by these commercial farms, because we've got seeds that mature within 3 months right now. So they should be able to do 3 times in a year in terms of our staple food. So we can do 2 times, we do irrigation, the other one we do rain-fed. Because we know the rains have been erratic, there will be serious development of these commercial farms, where we're going to make sure that the irrigation equipment is put in place in these commercial farms. So because we are quite ambitious, we're looking at diversifying. Of course, the diversification is already there in terms of the crops that we want to be grown into this country. But we also are looking at growing things like sunflower, which we can still use for cooking oil, and even be able to export cooking oil. As we heard earlier in our other discussion explaining our manifesto, we talked about processing plant which we want to build through the funding from the capital economic zone. So working hand in hand, we want also to ensure that we diversify into these other cash crops such as sunflower, where we can start producing cooking oil for export. So this national corporation will ensure that it has farms in all the districts, and we're going to ensure that it produces enough food for us to be secure in terms of food. We will at least have a 2 year to 3 years food cover before considering to export, because Zambia is well positioned to be able to supply all the countries that we are bordering with. All the 8 countries, they all need food. It's not only DRC, but all the countries need food. So we've got this big market, we've got the African market, we've got the global market to be able to supply food to. So in that regard, we're also going to liberalize the agriculture sector, where commercial farmers, medium farmers, and all even the small-scale farmers will have the opportunity to be able to sell their produce wherever they want. We don't want to limit them. We don't want to limit them. Yes, we'll be able to give a floor price at which we may buy the maize that we need to buy, but the farmers should have the option of selling the maize outside, because we're also looking at the forex from the agriculture sector. So that's what we're going to do. We also, through the prison service, do another expansion program to be able to ensure that we have enough food for consumption as well as for export. This is what we intend to do. We also intend that at a point that we are going to work on resettlement schemes, we should be able to service those resettlement schemes with water, so that those who go to those resettlement schemes should be able to have somewhere to start from, other than just giving them land which they can't utilize for anything. And that's what we intend to do under our National Food and Agriculture Corporation institution, which we believe should be able to help us alleviate some of the suffering that we've encountered from lack of adequate food. In terms of agriculture support, we want to reduce the cost of inputs and also through timely delivery of seed, fertilizer and equipment, we should be able to improve the agriculture sector's support. So we also intend to provide continuous funding to the to NCZ to ensure that they continue to produce, because we need a lot of fertilizer for this ambitious project that we have for agriculture development. Then we also intend to build 2 more plants in the northern region, so that at least we'll be able to have enough supply to cover this robust plan that we have under agriculture. So that's our intention. Also intend to be able to have enough agriculture extension officers that are able to guide our farmers to be able to produce enough food for our country. So this is our intention. Then we also intend to ensure that small farmers, small and medium-sized farmers who employ at least five employees should be given incentives such as tax-free on their profits for 7 years to encourage them to be able to develop their farms. And also intend to remove all taxes on processing plants that will be used in the agriculture sector, so that at least we encourage agriculture development. This is the robust plan that we have under our agriculture development, as well as food security. We intend to do more to ensure that once we plan, then we should be able to do well in this sector, which I think has been a dormant, what I would call a dormant sector, which hasn't produced enough benefits for us. We haven't seen enough benefits. We've been focusing on mining. Mining is a wasting resource. Agriculture, there's a lot of opportunity for us. So we need to develop the agriculture sector through a definite and defined plan, which we want to roll out as Democratic Union, to be able to sustain ourselves, to ensure food security, to ensure that the cost of living comes down with regards to the price of meal. So that's the robust plan that we have. It's not just rhetoric like it has been before, but it's a definite plan that will be rolled out under Democratic Union.